Welcome to Kansas Ag Report with your host, Brian Holman.
Welcome to Kansas Ag Report. I'm Brian Holman, and here's our lineup for today's show. In Ag News, we'll take a look at local and national headlines affecting Kansas farmers. In our Ag Feature, we talk with Charlene Patton of the Kansas Soybean Commission about the new Soy Foods Guide. And inside Kansas Ag, Kansas Wheat gives us an update on wheat harvest, and KDA talks to us about their upcoming photo contest. And in news you need to know, we get our weekly update from the Kansas Livestock Association. We'll look back at last week's market activity with the guys from Paragon, and we'll let you know about important events coming up around the state of Kansas. Glad you could join us.
Closed captioning brought to you by
The Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. KansasSoybeans.org.
Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Kansas Wheat Commission. Leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com. Kansas Livestock Association. Supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org.
Here's our national headlines for this week in Ag News. Now that it's summer, more than 18 million children will lose access to free and reduced price meals they depend on for nourishment. Feeding America food banks across the country experience an increased need for food assistance to support children and their families who live on the brink of hunger during the summer months. The Feeding America network of food banks feeds 12 million children each year, more children than any other nonprofit organization in the country. Last year, 127 Feeding America food banks helped distribute almost 9.5 million meals to children at nearly 5,000 sites. The future of the weed killer glyphosate in the European Union market remains unclear after an EU committee failed to advance a proposal to temporarily extend the herbicide's EU sales license. Reauthorization of the glyphosate, the main ingredient in Monsanto's Roundup herbicide, has run into opposition from several EU governments amid conflicting scientific assessments of its health impacts. The USDA's Agricultural Marketing Service has given a 30-day extension of the comment period of its proposed rule dealing with organic livestock production practices. The proposal has received some pushback, particularly from the poultry sector. Among other things, the proposal calls for egg-laying hens to have year-round access to the outdoors. Some of the industry's larger organic egg producers say the rule would require significant modifications to their facilities. Interested parties now have until July 13th to comment. And in local news, during the next several weeks, U.S. Department of Agriculture's NASS will conduct its major mid-year survey, the June Agricultural Survey. The agency will survey nearly 5,700 operators across Kansas to determine crop production and supply levels in 2016. NASS gathers the data for the June Agricultural Survey online, by mail, phone, and in-person interviews. For more information on NASS surveys and reports, call the NASS Northern Plains Regional Field Office at 800-582-6443. Kansas is one of the fastest growing dairy regions in the United States, and the Kansas Department of Agriculture will celebrate hardworking dairy farmers during the month of June, and the governor has proclaimed June Dairy Month in Kansas. The Kansas dairy and milk production industry grew in 2015 with 143,000 dairy cows producing 3.1 billion pounds of milk, valued at $537 million. Behind those numbers are more than 300 family-run dairy farms. Kansas dairy farmers are an important part of the economic growth of the agricultural industry, said Jackie McClaskey, Kansas Secretary of Agriculture. Kansas farmers and ranchers know there is great beauty in agriculture. Photographers are encouraged to capture that beauty and share it with others through the Kansas Department of Agriculture's annual photo contest. This year, KDA has added new categories to promote different aspects of Kansas agriculture. Details on the contest, including deadlines, divisions, and prizes, can be found at agriculture.ks.gov/photo contest. Up next in our Ag Future, we talk with Charlene Patton of the Kansas Soybean Commission about the new Soy Foods Guide. You're watching Kansas Ag Report. Please stay tuned.
This segment brought to you by Kansas Livestock Association, supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com.
Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. Grassandgrain.com.
Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Spring is here, and Premier Farm and Home can help you stop crabgrass before it starts. With a 6-month residual, Premier has what you need to protect your lawn all season long. Premier Farm and Home, 900 Southwest University Boulevard, or find them on the web at heycow.com.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Spring is sprung, and Premier Farm and Home has what you need to keep your yard crabgrass free throughout the season. With a complete line of pre-emergents, you can stop crabgrass before it starts. Premier Farm and Home, 900 Southwest University Boulevard, or find them on the web at heycow.com.
Thanks for staying with us. We're at the Kansas Soybean Commission office here in Topeka, Kansas, and I get to draw a lot of really good jobs every once in a while. I tell people all the time I have the coolest job in the world. I get to spend time with farmers and ranchers and producers and commission people, and every once in a while I get fed, and today's one of those days.
Today is that day.
Today's that day. So
right.
Charlene Patton's joined us. You know Charlene, she's been with us many, many times over the years, and we're going to talk about the new soy food guide that just came out.
We are. Each year, the Kansas Soybean Commission offers a new soy food guide to consumers, and you'll want to make sure that you get it because it is a 4-color, nice publication. It's filled with lots of ideas and recipes and information about soy foods. I particularly like it because if consumers want to know what is soy flour, what is soy milk, there is a great glossary in here that gives a description of each of those and tells how they're made, and then there's a chart that tells the benefit and the nutritional value of each of the products.
And one of the things that we want to make sure that we remind the viewers about is soybeans are a huge crop here in the state of Kansas. If you live in one of the rural communities or you drive up and down the highway, you've seen soy growing here in the state of Kansas. It is, I think we're probably 9 or 10 when it comes in the country. I know we're in the top 10 when it comes in the country as production goes. So it's very important to our state's economy and probably your neighbor's economy as well. So,
exactly.
And this is something that the Commission funds.
Exactly. Because we like to tell consumers, because it is such an important agriculture crop in Kansas, let them know how important it is to them. Most of the soybeans in the United States or in Kansas are used for livestock feed here in our state, but they are used in so many foods, which is why we're talking about the Soy Foods Guide. And one of them that I think surprises consumers, if they would just open their pantry and pull out vegetable oil, look at the label on vegetable oil, and the only ingredient is going to be soybeans. Unless it says another type of oil, then it is soybean oil. So probably soy. Everyone has that in their pantry and uses it all the time. But some other popular soy foods that consumers often think of is soy milk. And a lot of times people will go to soy for an alternative, maybe for a special diet that they need to look at. And soy does offer a lot of opportunities to exchange other ingredients, whether it be soy milk, whether it be soy yogurt, soy cream cheese, so that those that might be lactose intolerant or have other allergies can look to soy that offers some assistance to that and still gives them that opportunity to use that in their cooking.
Yeah, soy foods are more than just tofu nowadays.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a lot that really goes into preparation and thinking about putting soy into food nowadays.
And one of the ingredients that we work with a lot in Kansas is soy flour. Soy flour does not have gluten in it, but it needs to be combined with our good Kansas wheat flour to make a great baking product. But we do have lots of recipes on our website. You can go to the kansassoybeans.org. We have an archive of recipes, so whether you've seen them on television or whether you've seen them in one of our publications, they're always there where you can find some of your favorites later. This particular recipe that we have today is actually on page 23 in this book, and it's a fresh fruit berry crumble. It is so easy to make.
Which I will get to sample sometime today.
Yes, you will. Yeah. It is one recipe that I think all your viewers are want to have and to keep and tuck away, because it's that special recipe that's easy to make, requires only a few ingredients, and when it's time-saving and delicious, that's what we want. But this particular recipe uses 4 cups of berries, and this time of year in Kansas, we have lots of berries and choices. You could also use frozen berries. And then we are going to sprinkle 1 tablespoon of sugar over the top of it, and then the crumble topping is very, very easy. It's 1/3 cup of whole wheat flour, 1/3 cup of oatmeal, 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Mix that all together with 3 tablespoons of our vegetable oil till you have a nice crumbly mixture, and then just put that on the top. Bake it at 375 for 25 to 30 minutes, and you have a perfect dessert.
And you have something that I'm going to enjoy. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish up with Charlene at the Kansas Soybean Commission office here in Topeka. You're watching Kansas Ag Report, and we'll see you in just a minute.
This segment brought to you by Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farmers and ranchers since 1919. KFB.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail. Keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. Grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Thanks for staying with us. We're at the Kansas Soybean Commission office here in Topeka, Kansas. We're joined by Charlene Patton, and we're talking about the new soy food guide that comes out every year. And we've got about a minute left in the segment, so not only do I get to sample this and have some of it, let's tell everybody how they can get the soy food guide.
Absolutely. I do want to mention real quickly that there is a lot about athletes for this kind of the theme of this, protein snacks, and you'll see the runners on the front of it. So I think that it's a publication has a lot of interest for people. But they can go to our website at kansassoybeans.org, or they can call us at 877-KS-SOYBEAN and ask for the Soy Foods Guide, and we'll send it out to them.
Perfect. And real quick, is there another website if someone is kind of trying to do 1-for-1 or looking at measurements, trying to convert some stuff? Is there a website that they can go to help with those conversions?
If you come to the Kansas Soybean website at kansassoybeans.org, and then come to the consumer section, and then we have lots of links there to other places that you can go for information, activities for children, different places that you can go. But then look at our archives, because we have a lot of recipes there and information on how you can convert that in easy ideas.
Perfect. And we want to remind you of the importance of the soy industry here into the state of Kansas. It also supports everything that you probably touch soy on a daily basis and you don't know it.
Exactly.
And especially if you partake of protein when it comes to the beef industry, poultry industry, and even the aqua industry, soy is becoming very important to that too. So Charlene, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching Kansas Ag Report. You have made us the highest rated ag TV show in the state of Kansas, and we thank you.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
Wheat harvest has trickled into the southern border of Kansas after making its way through an extended season in Texas and Oklahoma. Rains have delayed harvest in Texas, but combines have started rolling in the Lone Star State. Oklahoma is reporting good yields and outstanding test weights, a trend that farmers are hoping will continue in Kansas. In comparison to last year, the 2016 harvest season came much earlier in June for Kansas farmers. Last year's late season rains boosted yields, but kept combines in the sheds across the state until later in June. This season, gentle rains have made for good grain fill and kept combines out of the fields until recent dry weather. Although 2016's yields will likely be higher statewide, a decline in planted acreage will hinder the final bushel count. The latest USDA NASS harvest estimate is 352.6 million bushels statewide, an increase from 321.9 million bushels last year. Steve Inslee, general manager at Oak Hague Co-op Grain Company in Kiowa, said this year's crop is looking way better than the last 3 years. It was a rough couple of years for our guys down here, but we're happy to see these yields up. For real-time harvest updates, follow hashtag WheatHarvest16 on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Kansas Wheat will release daily harvest reports Sunday through Thursday. If you'd like to sign up for email updates, head to kansaswheat.org/harvest.
The beauty of Kansas agriculture can't be captured with a camera, but we encourage you to try in the Kansas Department of Agriculture's annual photo contest, which runs now through August 1st. I'm Heather Lansdowne, Director of Communications for the Kansas Department of Agriculture. We know that summer in Kansas is particularly photogenic, but this summer we want you to focus on all 4 seasons, as they are the categories for this year's contest: summer, fall, winter, and spring. After all, farmers and ranchers are hard at work year-round, so these categories will showcase agriculture during all times of the year. In addition, we have a water category for photos which highlight the role ponds, rivers, irrigation systems, and other water sources play in agriculture. And as always, we have a youth category for photographers 19 and under. In mid-August, all of the entries will be posted on KDA's social media sites, and the winners in the KDA photo contest will be chosen by voting on social media and by leaders in Kansas agriculture. Winners in each category will receive prizes, and a few of the top photographs will be selected to be displayed in the KDA building in Manhattan. Photographs entered in the contest will be used by KDA in our publications and promotions as we celebrate the farmers, ranchers, and agribusinesses of Kansas and work to advocate for agriculture in our state. Guidelines for the contest can be found at agriculture.ks.gov/photocontest, and you can follow KDA on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Instagram for more details on the contest and to see all of the entries and vote for your favorites later this summer.
This segment brought to you by Farm Bureau, a grassroots ag organization representing the state's farmers and ranchers since 1919. KFB.org. Oldie Seed Farms, carrying soil-specific seed. Find them on the web at oldieseed.com. That's OHLDE seed.com. Grass and Grain, online or in the mail, keeping Kansas farmers informed for over 60 years. Grassandgrain.com. Kansas Wheat Commission, leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for wheat. Online at kswheat.com.
Spring is sprung, and Premier Farm & Home has what you need to keep your yard crabgrass free throughout the season. With a complete line of pre-emergents, you can stop crabgrass before it starts. Premier Farm & Home, 900 Southwest University Boulevard, or find them on the web at heycow.com.
The producer-funded Kansas Wheat Innovation Center was built to get improved varieties into the hands of farmers faster. Kansas Wheat, farmers advancing their future through wheat genetics research.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Imagine having someone help you pick the best corn hybrids for every field on your farm. Your Oldie representative can combine your data with his data to offer a field-by-field prescription. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555.
I will take action against herbicide-resistant weeds. I will know my weeds, and I will stop them before they go to seed. I will do whatever it takes to give my crops the upper hand, and I will use multiple herbicide sites of action because every action counts. I will take action, this time for all time.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.
Kansas Farm Bureau, the voice of agriculture, represents grassroots agriculture. The state's largest and most powerful farm organization stands up for its members through leadership development, agriculture education, legal defense, environmental advocacy, farm safety, and risk management. Members also enjoy money-saving benefits. To join our organization today or to learn more, go to www.kfb.org or find us on Facebook and Twitter.
Spring is sprung, and Premier Farm & Home has what you need to keep your yard crabgrass free throughout the season. With a complete line of pre-emergents, you can stop crabgrass before it starts. Premier Farm & Home, 900 Southwest University Boulevard, or find them on the web at heycow.com.
The Kansas Livestock Foundation is accepting applications for the disbursement of relief funds donated following the Anderson Creek wildfire in late March. The simple application has been sent to ranchers in Barber and Comanche counties and also is available on the KLA website, kla.org. In addition, forms are available by calling the KLA office in Topeka at 785-273-5115. Applications are due July 1st. A special committee, including broad representation from inside the burned area, will review applications and determine how the funds will be allocated. Those affected by 2016 wildfires in Harvey, Reno, and other counties are eligible for relief funds as well. Ranchers who incurred fence, livestock, or feed losses due to the wildfires are also eligible. All livestock producers affected by the fires are encouraged to apply for funding. Qualified applicants will be considered to receive funds from the pool donated by many generous individuals, companies, and organizations. To date, the Kansas Livestock Foundation has received more than $407,000 from donors throughout Kansas and across the U.S. Throughout the Foundation's fundraising campaign, contributors have expressed a consistent desire for the money to go directly to affected ranchers. 100% of every dollar donated to the Foundation will be used to help ranchers recover from the wildfires.
Good morning. I'm Derek Ermish with Paragon Ag. What a difference a couple of weeks can make. The months of April and May saw widespread areas getting bouts of rain that caused delays to getting timely planting of soybeans and spraying of corn acres to make some wish we could just catch a little break from the rain. However, the last couple of weeks have seen higher than normal temperatures arrive that make going very long between rain showers really start to wear on the idea that we will have a fourth year in a row of trendline yield or better for the U.S. corn crop. Certainly a fair amount of that has been priced in already with the rallies we have experienced in corn and soybeans over the last month. So for all intents and purposes, we are fully embraced in a weather market, as is always kind of the case for this time of year. But this year looks to be much more active and has the potential to carry on longer than what we had last year. That does not mean it will be a continuation of higher prices from here to July. We've just simply tied into this weather market volatility earlier than last year, and we have a more bullish base to start from, with the USDA's soybean ending carryout stocks for next year having a lot to do with that. The rally could still be dealt a fatal blow by a decent shot of rain and a favorable forecast at any time. However, with it being this early in the year and the tighter supply of soybean talk being circulated, there may be enough gas in the tank for another rally later in the year if we end up tapping out on this one in the next week or two. Weather will hold the answer for that as well, though, as is usually the case. I'm Derek Hermish. Have a good day.
Closed captioning brought to you by the Soybean Checkoff. Progress powered by Kansas farmers. KansasSoybeans.org. Ag Risk Solutions. Experience, knowledge, integrity. Your crop insurance solution, Ag Risk Solutions. Kansas Weed Commission. Leaders in the adoption of profitable innovations for weeds. Online at kswheat.com. Kansas Livestock Association. Supporting our members' business interests to meet consumers' demands. KLA.org.
Well, that's our show for today. I hope you'll join us each week for more news and information about agriculture in the state of Kansas. I'm Brian Holman, and thanks for watching.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. Visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.
You need a partner that you can count on to be there for your business. Providing a depth of understanding to risk management issues so you don't have to. A knowledgeable support team located in your area, delivering products and services to make you more successful.
Here at Blue River Traders, we have the greatest selection of rustic and western furniture in Kansas.
At Blue River Traders, you can select from an inventory of rustic lodge or western furnishings. With a designer on hand, Blue River Traders will help create the look you desire.